Good morning. Welcome back to Coffee and Colorful Conversation. Happy Wednesday. So, today I'm live on both Facebook and YouTube. I'm trying something new. So, hopefully, we won't have any technical difficulties because I'm very excited about today's topic. I've had so many questions from my amazing Hair Color Secrets Insider members. If you're not familiar with what the Insider membership is, it is a membership for hairstylists that want to up level their color game and become more confident colorists and be able to charge better pricing for their color services to eventually become a six-figure stylist. So that pretty much sums it up. It's a 1-year program. You spend a year with me. I am in there, all in with you. I do FaceTime calls with you and hot seats and help you out of tricky, sticky situations. And I absolutely love it. So this week, I had so many of the same type of questions about tone. What are you seeing when you look at the hair and what needs to be toned and what do you use if you don't really know what you're seeing? So the first question was, I don't really know if I'm looking at yellow, orange, gold, all of those things, to which I answered, do you have my color tool? So I should have had that ready. I wasn't planning on talking about that, but let's see. So this is I call it my fearless formulation tool because this is the tool to have in your arsenal to be able to formulate any person's hair. So the one side has your natural levels of hair from 1 all the way to 10. And then the opposite side is what the hair lightens to at every level, what is left in the hair. I call that RPC for short for remaining pigment contribution. Some people call it underlying pigment. There's different theories on why not to call it that because it's not really underlying and all of those things. But the point is hair, when it's lightened, gets warm, period. It does not matter if it's a 1 to a 2, a 2 to a 3, a 2 to a 5, a 4 to a 5, whatever you're doing when you're lifting hair, there will be warmth. When you look at the warmth, is it red? Is it really orange and not red? A lot of times we say we see red, but it's really orange. And then we try to cancel it with green because if you look at your color wheel and go across from red, it's green. But then you put green in there and it really was orange. And you have to remember that green is made from yellow and blue. So you're actually adding yellow and blue to red hair. If you add blue to red, it makes violet. So it becomes this whole big mess because you misread that it was orange versus red. So I wanted to help all of you because I know if my members are asking these questions and they've had, a couple months of some really juicy lessons in their library and they're still asking the questions, then it's my job to make it more clear. So I posted a photograph in the group. Where the heck did it go? I was so good. I did this last night to make sure that it was in here, and now I don't see it. Oh, here we go. Here we go. It moved up for some reason. So this is a photograph of my level finder up against a blonde that I did yesterday. I had a beautiful model that I was able to do for the membership. And she had some old base break in her hair. So she had some orangey pieces. So you can all look at this and see something totally different to the naked eye. There's perception added in there too, right? We all see things differently. We can look at a dress. I can say it's teal. Someone else can say it's aqua. Someone else can say it's silvery gray, chartreuse. You hear all these names of colors and we're all looking at the same dress. Remember that dress that was floating around on the internet where half the people saw it as black and blue and the other half saw it as white and gold. It was the same picture. That shows you what we're up against as colorists, where not only does our client see it differently, but their spouse sees their color differently. Their friends see their color differently. Our friends and coworkers see the color that we're due differently. So it's really difficult and you just have to do the best you can with what your eyes see in any given situation. So you can see when I hold this up, I'm looking to see What am I combating? If you look at the top of the photo, it's more of a pale blonde, like right above the number 10. If you look there, that's your palest blonde that, is what you're striving for most times in blonding without brassiness. Further down, where you look at the numbers 6, 7, and 8, right in that area right there, that was the tone that I wanted to get rid of. So I put it up against the level finder. And then you could look at this and one person could say 7, one person could say 8, one person could say 6, because one person could be looking at the hair right next to the 6 that's deeper than the hair next to that. So there's all different strands going through. So when that gets to be too confusing, I recommend changing your photo to black and white. When you see it in black and white, it is crystal clear that this is a number 7. If you look at number 8, you can see that number 8 is white against that hair. It wouldn't do that. When it's on level, it's going to disappear into the hair. When you look at that 7, you can't really tell. I mean, of course, it's coming in sideways, but if I were to turn it the other way and have it straight up and down, that swatch of the 7 in a black and white photo would just blend right into that hair. You wouldn't be able to tell where the swatch is and where the hair is. So therefore, I know I have a 7. 7, I need to have, sorry, I didn't want to show you that. 7, I need to have, so edit. Okay, that's good. From the beginning. So you go into your iPhone if you have an iPhone. I know you can do this in Android. I just don't have an Android to show you. So you go, so edit. Okay, that's good. Same level finder up against the hair to see the true color. It's that simple. And it's just using your phone that you already have in your hand. So I did this model yesterday. She had a lot of tones going through her hair. And the last time I did her hair was the time that I shared that I really screwed up. Like I haven't screwed up that bad, I think, since beauty school. And we talked about it yesterday. I said, oh my God, do you have PTSD coming in the salon right now? Because last time you were here, I screwed up your hair so bad. She's like, not at all. Like I never even gave it another thought. I didn't sleep for 5 days, like literally tossing and turning every night going, how did I screw that up so bad after 35 years behind the chair and considering myself an expert colorist? Like there's a lot that I know about color and more than most people in my field, because I've done the work and I've done the education. So I'm like, how did this happen to me? And it was a lot of things. The biggest thing being I was trying a brand new technique that I had never done on a person. And I never tried it first on a doll head. And I just did a look and learn class. I looked and I learned, I took notes, and then literally 8 months later did it on her hair. So of course I probably forgot certain steps and didn't do it exactly as I was supposed to. But she has really long, really thick, a lot of hair. It was hours and hours of work, and I was devastated by the results. So this time I was really going in very easefully and not wanting to overtone, not wanting to do anything wrong. And I knew that I wanted more dimension in her hair, but I also know that she does not like her hair cool. She likes that Sunshine Barbie kind of look, more of a golden, golden spun wheat. I don't know how else you can describe it, but not ashy and cool the way everybody's tending to go these days. So I wanted to get rid of that level 7 in there, but I didn't want to overtone her and make her feel like it was darker, because if you understand color, you know that blue is always the bully. So if I were to go in with a level 7 blue, she would have felt like I made her hair black. You know how the blondes are. A level 7 with blue is going to appear really like a level 6 with blue. And level 6, let's face it, is a brunette. She's not a brunette. She's a blonde. I wish I would have, you know what? Let me see. No, I'm not going to do that. I'll do another picture later. I don't want to waste your time for me finding the picture. But at the end of the service, I pulled out my phone and I did a model last week. I had a one-on-one private class, and it was a very big corrective color. And my friend, the person who did the class, is one of the members, and she pulled out her phone which was the latest and greatest iPhone, she was taking pictures of the model right next to me. And I'm looking into her phone and I'm looking into my phone and I'm like, wow, do you see the difference between our phones? I can't even believe we're looking at the same head. So we're in the same salon. We're in the same position, standing with our phones literally next to each other, like this, right next to each other, taking a picture of the same person, same lighting, same backdrop, same everything. Totally different photograph. So I'm having FOMO of her 13 Pro or whatever her iPhone was. I have an 8 Plus. But I also had heard from other Insta famous people that the 8 Plus and the 11 are two of the best cameras for hair photography for some reason. There's something about the way it leans, whether warm or cool, and I forget which is which. But when I told my daughter, I said, I have FOMO. I do this for a living. I deserve a brand new iPhone. I should be investing in the newer camera. This is ridiculous. Like, I should not have FOMO for someone else's camera. I need the best of the best. So yesterday, same thing happened. I pulled out my phone. My model gave me her phone. She has the 11, just a base 11. I have the 8 Plus. There was a client in the salon that I was doing the model in. Excuse me. I said, what kind of phone do you have? She said, I have the, hold on, I want to make sure I get it right. I put it in my phone because there were so many phones going. I want to make sure I get it right. So hers is the third phone, and she had a 13 mini, whatever that is. So hers was the 13. Mine was 8 Plus. Dana's was 11. So this photo, I freaking love. This is one of my favorite pictures I've ever taken doing a model. The hand on the right with the bracelets is me. That's my 8 Plus. You see that color. The one on the left is the 11. The one taking the picture of all of us and the model is the 13 mini. All three of those photographs look like a totally different color. If I were to post that picture with my 8 Plus, you're going to say, oh, pretty color, but it looks a little brassy to me. If I posted the 11, you'd be like, wow, that's really blown out. She must have like an intense ring light on there. Like, it really looks bright and blonde, but doesn't look natural. And then you look at her in the background from the overall picture where you can see the photography light, you can see the clock. That's what her color looked like in person. So the 13 mini was the winner for me, where I was like, holy crap, that really looks like what she looks like to me in person. That's what her hair color looked like when she walked out of the salon. I'm sharing this with you because we all beat ourselves up, myself included. I am the captain of the team of the beating yourself up for shitty pictures. We take these pictures, we're sweating, we're running behind. The client's been there forever. She's in a rush. She wants to go pick up little Johnny from school and take him to soccer. She's already checked out. As soon as you take that cape off of her, her ass is like, I'm in the car. I got to go. I got to stop and get him a snack. He likes to get a soft pretzel. This is my life. Jack really likes soft pretzels after CCD. I got to stop at the pretzel factory. Like, they're on to what happens next. So we're like, oh, can we get a picture? And then here we are trying to lower the camera. Like, I've seen it happen where simply me going like this versus this takes a totally different hair color, all three. So again, perception of what the client sees, she has to like it. So if she sees green and you're like, I don't see green, she's crazy. She sees green. You have to give her what she wants and what she likes. So listen to your client. Don't go online on a forum and say, my client's batshit crazy, I'm firing her. No, that's what she sees when she looks in the mirror, and she has to love what she sees when she looks in a mirror. So if you gave her the coolest brown in your arsenal and you're so proud of how non-brassy it is, it could have a little bit of a greenish hue, because when you do brunettes that you don't want a lot of warmth in, you need some green in the formula at those lower levels. So she could very well be seeing that little hint of a base of green in her hair. Yes, it's going to shampoo out, we know, in 2 shampoos, but she doesn't know that. So don't make her feel bad about it when she gives you feedback and tells you that there's something bothering her. Make it work, make it, fix it, do what you can to fix it. But I wanted you to see the difference in the cameras. I'm not telling you go buy the 13 mini. I'm not buying the 13 mini, because when I told my daughter, I was like, I'm treating myself to a new phone. I didn't get myself anything for Christmas. This is what I do for a living. I deserve this, yada, yada, yada. And then when I heard my daughter go, oh, please hold on to your 8 Plus for me so I can take the photos in the salon with your camera. I'm like, well, why am I spending $1,000 on a brand new phone when she thinks my camera does a better job? So I'm not doing it because I'm not in the salon every day and I don't take pictures every day. And as long as I get that one good shot, whether it's using the model's phone, I just listened to a podcast that was excellent on my friend Christina Russell's podcast. It's called Christina Colors or Color Christina. If you type in Christina with a K, Kristina, into iTunes, it should pop up, Christina Colors, but she spells it Colour because she's from Australia. But she had somebody on and they were talking about photographs. And she was saying a lot of times they ask the client, their bathroom has the best natural light. It has a cool window that brings in natural light. And they ask the client to do the long arm selfie in the bathroom because they're going to be themselves and be really cute if they're looking at the camera and they're doing it themselves. When they look at us, they're like, do you ever see how they pose? And then they're like, oh my God, can you see my double chin? Can you, oh, I don't have any makeup on. Can you do this? Can you just cover my face? I don't want to be on your Instagram. Like there's all this anxiety around them getting their hair photo done. So if you say to your client, instead of keeping them there another 20 minutes, if you say to your client, I'll, treat you to a free conditioning treatment, whatever, in the beginning of the service, treat them to something and say, all I'm asking in return is that you send me an amazing selfie when you're feeling yourself, when you're like hitting that perfect light and it's cute and you're in your car. Not only take the selfie and send it to me, but please post it on your own social media and tag me. Tag me. Who just put up an angry face? That happens every week now. I see an angry face. What did I do? I got to see who's Karen's angry. Karen, I think you were angry last week. You need to stop pushing those keys. You pushed that last time. Unless I did make you angry today. So yeah, have them not only send it to you, but post it on their own page because after all, if you're only posting to get likes and have people go, oh, you're so great, but you're not looking to get a client into your chair, then you're kind of missing the point. I see people over and over again in Facebook groups saying, like for like, follow for follow me, let's do a follow train in a hairdresser's forum. Why do you want 55 hairdressers following your Instagram? Why? What is your why? If you're behind the chair and you're not booked, your Instagram should be you want clients that are going to come into your salon and find you through that Instagram and pay you money to do their hair. A hairdresser in Kalamazoo is not going to come and get her hair done in St. Pete, Florida. It does me no good to have 400, it does, so I'm a bad example. But if I'm a hairstylist behind the chair and I have 100 million hairstylist followers, unless I'm going to become an educator and I need those hairstylist followers, that's vanity. That's ego. That's 100% ego and has nothing to do with the whole purpose of being on social media, unless you're just looking for community and to be able to talk color. And that's fine. That's totally fine. But if you're taking these client photos and you're doing these things to show off your work, it really is a marketing tool to get people into your space, into your salon, so that you can then do their hair and make a living. Karen holding iPad at the corner, thumbs. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm really pissing people off when I have no idea why. So that makes me feel better that it's a thumb slip. But be aware of that, Karen. You might want to turn off that emoji. Your friends are gonna think you're mad at them all the time. So yeah, don't beat yourself up on your photographs. It's really frustrating. I've taken a photography class with someone who advertises all over Instagram that she's a hairstylist that specializes in hair photography. And my picture is no better now than when I took her class. She knows what she's doing, but it did not help me, not one bit. And I won't stop trying. I hired a regular professional photographer because I was like, maybe they are the key to it. Maybe me getting like a Canon or like a real person's, camera with lenses, maybe that will make a difference. I know people like Jamie Dana and Jasmine Star and people who do things on Instagram swear by, a really cool 35 millimeter camera, which I don't think that I'm at the point where I need that, but maybe that's what I'm missing. Maybe that's why I don't have the swipe up feature on Instagram and don't have enough time. Stephanie said, same, I'm trying to book that in my time. Yeah, don't book it in your time. Just offer your client a beautiful, luxurious conditioning treatment at the bowl when you're shampooing her anyway. Just say, I'm going to give you this head massage and this amazing treatment that's normally $20. And all I ask in return, I don't want to keep you here today. And I love what I'm going to do to your hair. And I know it's going to look amazing. So you'll really help me out. Hear me when I say that. You'll really help me out by sending me a selfie. I know it feels cheesy and I know you're not used to doing selfies, but I want you to feel you're pretty, feel yourself, feel pretty, and catch some light in front of a window and just hold your phone up and just be authentic and take a photo for me, but really try to feature the hair more than, don't worry about your face as much as the hair, and send it to me. And this conditioning treatment's on me. And you have to guilt them. I mean, if you give them that and they don't do it, then they're annoying. Like most of them are like, oh my gosh, she gave me that $20 treatment. Of course, I'm going to send her a picture. And if she doesn't remember, follow up with her, shoot her a text the next day and just say, hey, I know your day probably got really busy, but remember to send me that selfie. Remember I gave you that treat. The bonus of that, a lot of people will say, I don't give anything for free. I don't discount. I don't lower this. I'm a diva. I don't do anything. When you give away that conditioning treatment, they've had an experience they've never had before. When you get in there and you do the rubbing here, I mean, this has nothing to do with their hair, but when you're doing the conditioning treatment, if you come down and you rub their temples right here, this feels amazing right here. And you really get your hands in there and do this with the pads of your fingers, not your fingernails, just like this, in very deliberate, intense circles. Like get in there and really rub right back here where they have a ton of tension. Put your fingers down the base of their neck like this, up and down. Feels amazing. I could sit there for 20 minutes and have somebody do that up and down on the base of my neck. Is amazing. So they're going to remember that. And then the next time they come in, they're going to say, can we do that selfie thing again? Can you do that conditioning treatment? And I'll send you that. They're going to start volunteering the selfie because they want the $20 conditioning treatment. Now, if you don't need another picture of them and you have, enough pictures of them on your feed, you can say, oh yeah, I have you on my feed already. I like to change it up, but we can absolutely do that treatment today. It's just, don't say just, it's an additional cost of $20 or $10 or whatever it is that you charge them, but you're getting them in that habit of upselling themselves because they noticed the difference. They enjoyed the massage and they noticed the difference that conditioning treatment made for them. If you follow my coffee chat, you know that for the holidays, we treat our clients to a complimentary conditioning treatment that's normally $25. And we purposely give it to them in December. And we write on the certificate, valid the month of January. That's on purpose. So that in January, they come in, they have their little certificate, they get the treatment. Something like 80% of them, when they came back for their next color, paid for that treatment again because they noticed that their color lasted longer, their hair smelled amazing, they didn't have to wash it for a few days, it felt shiny and full and amazing. And they were like, whatever you did on that January visit, I want that every time. And then they became higher ticket clients. Their retouch went from $75 to $100 every single visit. So that's the way to grow your business. That's the way to just look for opportunities to get to the next level. So good luck with your pictures. I hope you loved that picture with the black and white. It's super useful. If you don't have one of these, you really should, because when you're in doubt, when you treat someone as if they're an 8, and you tone for this 8 and they're really the 7, you're just going to keep being frustrated. And it's as easy as putting it up against the hair, taking that picture and turning it black and white if you have to. You don't always have to. Sometimes you can just see exactly where the swatch melts into the hair. Sometimes you can't. So then you just do that black and white thing and you will thank me for it. These are available on my website, expertcolorsolutions.com. my Instagram, Expert Color Solutions. I hope I see more people following me after this post, because some of you don't even know that I'm on Instagram, or I would be swiping up by now. And if you haven't already, I hope that you're joining the mentorship. We are busy behind the scenes, making it amazing. The mentor videos that we've gotten so far are you're not going to want to miss. I am really biased to my life coach, and what she is going to bring to this program is I paid thousands and thousands of dollars to learn, and it literally changed my life. And that's one of our mentors. We have, I think we're at 14 mentors now. So we have 14 different mentors, and each one of them has a secret sauce. Mine, of course, is going to be color, but with a little bit of rah motivation, giving you that push that you need, a little tough love. We have my life coach doing what she does best, which is the whole mindset, the mindset and the headspace of why you're doing things the way that you're doing and what you're missing in your career. Usually is up here and not here. We have the Wilsons, Mary and Philip Wilson. We have Vivian McKinder. You all know how amazing they are. I don't have to even tell you what their secret sauce is. We have Christina, who I referenced earlier with the podcast. She is amazing with redheads. She is like the bomb diggity with redheads and blondes and all things, but that's like her really secret sauce is her redhead training. We have another Aussie named Natalie who kills it in consultations, which I think is the most important thing you could do for your career is to sharpen your consultation skills, because when the consultation goes downhill, everything goes downhill. Communication is going to be Alejandra, the life coach. Consultation is Natalie. We're going to get into branding, marketing, pricing, formulating. I mean, everything you've ever needed in your entire career is going to be touched on in this mentorship. And the biggest piece of it and the biggest gift is the community that it will bring. We are at 468 people have joined. There is no limit to how many people we're going to have on this platform. The more, the merrier. So don't be shy about sharing it. Don't feel like if you share with someone else, there's less for you. This isn't a pizza or a cake. It's an open forum and a community, and it's free. So if you have not joined yet, I highly recommend it. We're doing our official launch February 13th. I did not realize it is Super Bowl Sunday because I don't give two craps about the Super Bowl. I'm sorry. So I just picked the middle of February because I'm like, everybody's feeling right now just like, another year, another repeat. Somebody earlier in the feed said, welcome or good morning, Groundhog's Day or something. Like that's what it feels like. Happy Groundhogs. That's what it feels like sometimes, that we're just going through the motions and it's Groundhog Day every day. So I picked February because I'm like, what a better time. We already forget whatever the heck our New Year's resolution is or was. We've already forgotten by February 13th, and we need a little kick in the butt. So what better way than having these amazing, experienced mentors? I think our collective experience is over 100 and some years in the industry because we all have been at it for so long. So, excuse me, you have nothing to lose by joining and absolutely everything to gain. Most people skip over the apprenticeship and mentorship part because they look at it as a punishment and not the gift that it truly is. They want to get out of school and they're anxious to get behind a chair. That was me. That's why I'm creating this mentorship, because I thought I knew it all. I was 80% confident, 20% skilled, and I suffered for it. It took me 3 years to get better behind the chair when it could have taken 1 year had I had the right mentor. So I am a firm, strong advocate for mentorship, and I think it's lacking in our industry, and I'm here to change it. So help me change it. Help me share it with other stylists. I don't care if it's someone who is a senior in high school and hasn't even gone to cosmetology school yet. Tell them about it. Tell them to sign up and to do the mentorship along with beauty school. Imagine how much further ahead every one of you watching right now, there's 25 of you on here live. If every one of you had these mentors in your life from day one, and close your eyes and imagine the lifestyle you would have by now, because you wouldn't have had to make all of those mistakes by just making them because you didn't know. When you know better, you do better. When you have people with all of this experience coming to you and saying, I did this and it was awful. Don't do that. Do this. How amazing is that? Amazing. So can't wait to bring this to you. Thank you to all of my Hair Color Secrets insiders. I know you guys are all championing and sharing away. I've seen you in forums sharing, and I really, really appreciate you. You will always 100% be my priority, even above and beyond this mentorship. This mentorship is a passion project that I could not get off my mind. It was driving me crazy because when people come into my mentorship or my membership, they're 15 years into the industry and they don't understand what I talked about this morning after 15 years. So imagine if for those 15 years you understood this from day one, every single one of you would be six-figure stylists right now without even thinking about it. It would just come naturally. So that's the goal. I want to leave behind a legacy when I am no longer on this earth. God forbid. Hopefully it's, a long time from now, but it's going to happen. I want to know that I did something to make that level of impact on especially the near and dear parts of my heart is hair color and always will be. But I want to change how we learn hair color. It's so simple. It's been made out to be so scary. And I promise you it's so simple. And if you still think it's scary, then you haven't met me and you haven't joined my membership. So between the mentorship and the membership, I'm confident that everyone is going to be a hair color rock star. So website, expertcolorsolutions.com. Come to the mentorship, come to class, join the membership. I'm putting in my website now. And I will see you all soon. Have an amazing week.